Welcome into Training Camp Insider presented by Gregory Industries. Nathan Zegura alongside the play-by-play voice of your Cleveland Browns, Andrew Siciliano. 2 days of joint practices have concluded here in Philadelphia. And Andrew, today, a shorter period but an intense period. Red zone work, an end-of-the-game situation. I think the story that we saw on day one carried forth into day two, and that story is this Browns defensive line that we saw be a big problem in Berea. Well, that has traveled. It traveled to Charlotte last week and the Carolina Panthers. It traveled here against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And I think what's key to note here, Nathan, is that it's not just the first team, it's the second and even the third team a little bit as well. There were people joking on the sideline that Myles Garrett could have had 8 sacks near the end of the final 11-on-11 session where they didn't give Myles a sack. Everyone thought Myles should have had a sack. He kind of stood there on the next play like with his hands out because the ball was it was out quickly from Jalen Hurts, a fade to the corner, and what happens, of course, Denzel Ward knocks it down. He looked great. Other guys in the secondary like Dom Jones, right, an undrafted rookie free agent, he made a big PBU at the end. But to your point, yes, Isaiah McGuire also looked good. Mason Graham in the backfield a bunch. I had Alex Wright down for a sack. Everybody on that first and second team on that D-line was eaten.
Yeah, Isaiah McGuire was in the backfield all day. He had a couple of sacks in my notes. Cam Thomas yesterday had a couple of sacks. Aiden Huntington, who I think is a name Browns fans should pay attention to, very good on special teams.
He had 4
was
tackles
in the backfield
last week on special teams. 4. And they were all loud.
Big number 66, so keep an eye on him. But, yeah, defensively, I thought up front, so good. And then on the back end, it was really nothing over the top. They had to check it down both of the days, especially here today. And Denzel Ward, who was unbelievable, one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL, looks like he is poised to maybe be the top cornerback. He's playing at a level right now. It was him and Devontae Smith. Yeah. Devontae Smith got bubkiss as much as you and I did really out there. And, in fact, in the end of game period, when they went for Devontae Smith one-on-one with Denzel, it was another PBU for the Warden.
Listen, there's some great players on both of these teams. The Eagles just won a Super Bowl, not to take away from anyone on that side of the ball. A.J. Brown, not out here right now. He's dealing with an injury as well. Do you agree with me that Denzel Ward these last 2 days was one of the top 5 players on the field, hands down?
100%.
Probably top 3 or 4 players
Miles,
on the field.
Denzel, certainly right there.
Right. Devontae Smith is certainly a fantastic player, but Denzel did a great job against him. Saquon looks good, but again, it's really hard to read the run game where there is no tackling. That is a quad, literally, with the two of them. That is, Saquon and A.J. Dillon side by side. Those 4 quad. I mean, they have some strength and beef in the backfield. If this were a real game, like we saw here in Philadelphia last year, I would love to see what these two groups do this year, especially with this Browns defense.
Yeah, and really the story for both days was the defenses for both teams, I think, got the better of it. But the Browns offense came a little bit alive here at the end of today's session. Joe Flacco probably should have had a touchdown to Harold Fannin early in the early period. Fannin dropped it, but boy, did he redeem himself. The Browns got into a little trickeration, no details, but Fannin was involved there. He's been a chess piece, and then he ended his day catching a beautiful 20-yard corner route from Dylan Gabriel for the 2's touchdown in the end of the game period. End of the game period, Browns offense, they score. Joe Flacco to David Njoku, and then they get the 2-point conversion. It was Flacco to Fannin to Sampson. You figure that out. And then our 2 offense, it was Dylan Gabriel to Fannin early in that one for a touchdown. 1 defense got the stop, as I talked about. McGuire sack, Miles sack, Denzel PBU, and then the 2D, they get the stop as well on the Dom Jones PBU. So great finish.
Sorry to cut you off. I thought Harold Fannin was the star of the day offensively here. I thought the offense looked much better than it did a day ago. The drops, which Kevin Stefanski spoke about, acknowledged on the podium before practice, didn't have a good reason why, but acknowledged that was an issue yesterday, save for that one with Fannin, although he takes umbrage with that. We'll get into that coming up in a little bit, that it was actually a drop. Admits he should have caught it. That was much better today.
Well, let's not delay. Let's hear from Harold Fannin right now. You talked to him right off the practice field.
Harold Fannin, we're going to make this fast because it is hot out here. How you feeling after the second day of practice?
Feeling good, man. Just happy to be out here to be able to compete.
What was day 2 like compared to day 1? I think for the offense overall, do you agree? It kind of looked like you guys were getting into it a little bit better than yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday was a longer practice. Today was a shorter practice. Got in, got out. Definitely the offense always, in my opinion, always feel like we're clicking. But, today we put some good stuff on tape.
Yeah, you put a lot of good stuff on tape here. And you and I spoke last week about being the chess piece. Like, you could go anywhere. You could be the H. You could be the Y. You could be the F. Today, Harold, you truly wore that queen on the chessboard. You had your hand at a couple of trick plays. How good did that feel?
And it just feels good, man, to go up in there and be able to compete. You know, whatever coach draw up with whatever you want me to do, I'm going to go out there and do it at my best ability.
Have you been lobbying for those? Have you been saying, hey, coach, look what I can do?
Not so much. You know, I feel like he just went off the tape from last year. You know, he kind of, think I can do it, and we went out there and gave it a shot.
And it looked good. You know, I think from everyone else's vantage point watching this practice, what was impressive, and this is what you want for any player, especially a rookie, is that if you get knocked down, you pick yourself back up. You had a drop early, right on the goal line there, but, you got that out of your mind quickly, and from that point on, it clicked. Yeah. How important is that for you?
I mean, it's very important, to be able to shape back, look at the next play mentality. In my opinion, it was a tip pass, so it threw me off a little bit.
So we got to go back and watch the tape.
Yeah, you got to go back and watch it.
It got tipped at the line?
No, it got tipped at the second level.
Okay. All right, so we'll go back and watch the tape. It's not a drop. Forget about that. Drops were a problem, I think, for the entire team yesterday. Kevin had talked about that this morning before practice. That did not seem to be the thing today because the offense truly was clicking. How much different do you feel compared to last week's joint practice and then also getting in a game? You finally got your feet wet in a real NFL game.
Obviously just a blessing. I definitely say the practice ain't no different. I practice with pros every day, so it's the same thing. Everybody out there competing, giving it they all and things like that.
You have your former Bowling Green head coach on the other sideline. Scott Loeffler, now their quarterback coach. I assume you guys have connected this week?
Yeah. I just got done talking to him. It's good to see him. He's happy, he's doing well. That's good things.
So, did he give you any advice for the next level now that he's, here back in the NFL?
I wouldn't say anymore, but obviously last year always gave me a lot of advice. Now he just said he's just proud of me, things like that.
Well, I'm sure everyone is proud of you. Proud, I'm sure, your family as well at home when we get back for the preseason home opener, the only home game. What are you looking for, Harold, this Saturday after Carolina in your second game?
I'm just looking for a win. Go out there, compete, just do my best and, obviously try to come out with a W.
Finally, let's talk about your touchdown. Dylan Gabriel, beautiful pass. Take me through that one.
Yeah, really, you just said it all, man. DG put it right there on the money, made it easy for me to catch, walk in.
Okay, I lied. Last thing. What do you think of Njoku's celebration after his score?
I missed it. Oh, what did he do?
Oh, he was just dancing. You saw him dancing, though, during practice, right?
Yeah. He's a very outgoing person.
I would say that's one way to describe him. I mean, it's one thing to know the lyrics and to bob your head. He wasn't just kind of shaking his shoulders. It looked like it was in the club at 2 a.m.
That's David, man. If you know him, you know.
We do. And we know this guy as well, making huge plays today. Day 2 of practice. Harold Fannin, Browns training camp with the Eagles. Thanks, Harold.
Yep, thank you.
The subtle nuance there. The DB gets maybe a finger on it, adjust the ball.
I got to go back and watch the film.
We'll watch the film, obviously.
Either way, he admits, should have caught it, but DB got a hand in there. And that was how practice opened. What was most impressive to me is how Harold, from that point on, was, again, kind of the star of the practice offensively.
Yeah, he finished very, very strong. The offense did. Flacco also had another touchdown pass to Jamari Thrash to kind of highlight the day there. Again, a lot of the highlights on the defense. They can show you defense tape basically over everything we're saying, and you wouldn't run out of plays to show, especially from that Browns defensive front. Now, the quarterback situation. Yesterday, Shedeur Sanders, he injures his oblique. He did not practice today, did not practice yesterday. Highly unlikely that we will see him on Saturday. Now, it does have to feel a little bit to me anyway that Dylan Gabriel showed enough that he should be good to go, and those will be very valuable reps for him.
You would have to think that Dylan Gabriel would be, as we sit here today, immediately after practice, good to go. We'll see how, with any injury, you feel when you get back to the hotel, see how you feel a day later, and then fingers crossed that you do get to see Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur was out here, and that is positive. He was in uniform. He did have his jersey on. He was interacting with his teammates. He was laughing at David Njoku. We just talked about it with Harold and his ridiculous mid-practice, between periods, dance sessions. So good to see him out there with a smile on his face. Kevin said before, day to day, don't know how long it's going to be, but I'd feel a lot worse if he was back at the hotel.
Absolutely, and I know Fila did a great job getting that David Njoku dance footage, so enjoy that. A feast for your eyes. I'm not going to try. I'm an old man. I want to stay healthy. I don't want to be on the shelf, as it were. Now, we're talking about the quarterbacks. We know Joe Flacco will not play Saturday. We also know Kenny Pickett won't play Saturday. But he did get a lot of work in the 7-on-7s in yesterday's period. In fact, was the first one up with the quarterbacks in those 7-on-7s, made some very nice throws, and he was mic'd up in his return to Philadelphia, where he spent the 2024 season here with the Super Bowl champs. Take a listen to Kenny Pickett.
What's up, brother?
Oh, good to see you, bro.
How you doing? What's up, brother?
What up,
How
dog?
you doing, man? Good to see you, bro.
man.
You good? Son! Son! Good seeing you, man. Good to see you. Work harder today. I'll see you after. There he is. What's up, boy? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Here we go, boys. 180, waist to hunt! Hey, good job, Harold. Good job, Harold. To hunt. 180, waist to hunt! Hey, how's that in cut? You see the in cut? Not really? Great job, man. Great job. Way to clear it out. Good job. Trot. Good job, man. Good work, bro. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Great work. Great work. My God. Good job, man.
See y'all,
good to see you, bro.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. 3. Good job, man. See you tomorrow, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Great
See you
work,
tomorrow.
bro. How you doing, man?
How are you, man?
Good to see you.
I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely
that,
rooting
man.
for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great seeing you.
Yeah.
Good seeing you. How's recovery? Going good?
I got a couple more weeks.
Good, man. Good. Looking forward to seeing you out there, bro. You got it.
Bill, that is an honest day's work right there. Right. That's an honest day's work. And that's a good football team who challenged us. All right, it challenged offense, defense, and special teams. But today, because we have that mentality, today we got better. Regardless how hard it was, we got better, and we didn't let one day go past. We're stacking these days, including tomorrow. Good first start.
You got to feel for Kenny Pickett because you know he wanted to be the starter
It's a
day
home
one.
game him for here as well.
And coming home to the state of Pennsylvania, and it's just been unfortunate. Has not been able to be in team periods basically for 3 weeks, basically the bulk of everything that we have done here, and it feels like this quarterback competition never really was able to get started. I think that, you go back to July, you're thinking Kenny Pickett's got a real good chance to start week 1. Now it looks like it's going to be Joe Flacco. So unfortunately, Pickett just hasn't been able to be healthy and participate.
Yeah, and he's frustrated, clearly. And when he was on the podium about 10 days ago, he wanted to make clear this isn't like I'm angry at anything. It's an injury. He's got to work his way back. But, yeah, you're frustrated because you want a chance to compete. You had a real shot at a starting job. Those are hard to come by in the National Football League. You and I have both thought that with the schedule the way it is, the first 6 weeks, it would likely be a veteran. Yep. That veteran right now looks like Joe Flacco, who still has the arm, even on a ball today, Nathan, where it's probably going to get blown up. It's probably going to be a sack, right? You're not sacking the quarterback. He's backpedaling and kind of just lofts this ball right at us, like 20 yards down the field at the sideline. And Jerry Jeudy made an amazing catch on the sideline. No, he didn't get his feet down. It was close. You'd love to see the replay, but it was not a catch. But the idea that he was able to deliver that football on this high arcing fade while backpedaling, you're like, that guy still got it.
And there was good coverage, and he put it through a window about as big as the football. An incredible throw from Joe Flacco right at us. So you won't see Flacco Saturday. I'm sure we'll get an announcement from Kevin Stefanski about starting quarterback soon. Obviously, we'll have that full coverage for you at clevelandbrowns.com and, of course, the Browns mobile app. But this Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. on the University Hospital's Cleveland Browns radio network, pregame will start. 1 o'clock, it'll be the kickoff. You, myself, Gerard Cherry on the call there on TV. Chris Rose and the Hoff on News 5, and they'll have Browns Countdown starting at noon with John Doss and Didi Kinkabala, and I will be on that as well. We're doing TV here, brother.
Oh, I know.
This is live, and that's how we're going to wrap it up. Training Camp Insider from Philadelphia, presented by Gregory Industries.